So I'm just going to be starting on the video with on my heater. So while that is heating on, I will tell you what I have on my table. So I have obviously a hot plate. I have a silicone mat, just for safety because metal. Let me go shock myself to death. I have a pre-measured 60 grams of butter here. So the hot plate is, as you can see, it's already getting hot. I have a pre-measured 60 grams of butter here. I have some icing sugar. I have some cocoa powder. I have a tablespoon with me. Then I have a little bit of water. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to make chocolate drips from your house. I'm probably creating a recipe in this video because I don't really use a recipe. I won't really say I've mastered the art, but I'm gonna say I have really learned it to an extent that I can't make mistakes anymore. It's quite technical, and it's really skeptical. So I'm just gonna wait for the water to boil out in a speedrun video, so we will know where we are heading to. So as it's still boiling, you just be giving it a bit of stir and making sure all your butter is melting evenly. By the way guys, this is 60 grams of butter. 60 grams of butter. Fun fact, do you know that there are actually 3 types of chocolate drips? The first is the one you use your melted chocolate with. You use your melted chocolate for. And the second is the one you mix your royal ice, that is egg white, icing sugar and cocoa powder. That's a bit more on the brown shade. Then the third is this. This is like the real, I don't know, I won't call it real. So as you can see, it is becoming, it's all melted now. So at this point you add your cocoa powder. Now this is on that tricky part. Adding cocoa powder is dependent on your preference mainly. If you want your chocolate drip too dark, you add more cocoa powder. If you want it light, you add less cocoa powder. So I'm just gonna be adding, let's say this is a tablespoon. I don't think that's okay. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Okay. I'll be adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Then I'll just give it a little stir and see how it turns out. I'm still gonna drop the link in the description just in case you all are not following. You see, it's not so dark. If you want it darker, you add more cocoa powder. Should we add more cocoa powder? What do you think, guys? I think it needs 1 more tablespoon of cocoa powder. By the way, guys, don't forget 60 grams of butter. Okay, I think it's okay right now. So at this point, I'm permitted to turn off my heater. I'm permitted to turn off my heater. Then I would just be adjusting my chair a bit. Then I will just be working on this here. You see guys, it's flowing. So now we'll start with adding 5 tablespoons of icing sugar. I think we'll add up to 13, but but then you have to add it gradually so that it doesn't get what's the word? It doesn't get too much. It doesn't get too much. So we're adding 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder first, then we'll stir. This 1, this 2, that's 2, 4, this 3, this 4, this 5. That's 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So we just stir. Yeah, that was it. You stir well. Once you see it's combined, you add your second batch. Try as much as possible to seal it if you can, to avoid lumps. Okay. So add your second 5 tablespoons. So we'll stir. This is becoming thick. So at this point, you do not give up. You add your under 5 tablespoons So at this point, you are planning to bring it down from the water. At this point, we added 15 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So while adding your cocoa powder, you have to bring it out of the fire because you need it cooling down a bit, so it will just combine. So it will just combine. Then at this point, you try and break all the lumps inside. If there are any, then we will start adding our water gradually. So first you will add 1 tablespoon of water. I think one tablespoon should be enough. Then we'll put it back on fire and on our heat. Then we'll stir gradually. Just clockwise or anti-clockwise, whichever way is comfortable for you. Okay, this is not enough. We'll add another tablespoon of water. I think this is okay. this other tablespoon. I don't know if I should just shift my camera. Adjusting it back. I think this is okay. So now, the water content is still dependent on your preference. Some people like their drip too watery, and some people like their drip too thick. To me, I prefer being on the middle part. So you just put this over the heat for some time. Let it really cook. Let it cook and melt up and combine. So we are waiting. So you check the consistency. I think this is a bit too thick for me. So I am just gonna add half a tablespoon of water. Just a little bit. Just to compensate. Please guys, don't add too much water, because if you add too much water, it's gonna mess up your drip. It's gonna really mess up your drip. Yeah, I'll check the consistency. I think this is perfect right now, guys. So at this point, you could just leave it to cook a bit. That's really melt. So all the ingredients will combine properly. Then you turn into your drip bottle. So while this is melting, I'll just tell you things you need to know about this, making this particular chocolate drip. If it cools down, it's gonna like how like put it set. Like if you leave raw chocolate outside the fridge, or if you leave it in the fridge, it's gonna set. Then if you want to reuse it like after some days, because it doesn't get bad, because it's basically butter, cocoa powder, and icing sugar you get. So you just microwave it or you just boil it. Well, preferably I prefer using microwave, because it really melts it up and to a boiling stage where you could really shake it and allow everything to recombine and remix. So you could just make a bunch and use it whenever you want to use it. Just microwave it and use. And I don't really know how it tastes. It should taste nice because of the excess cocoa powder. I think it's ×5 of the cocoa powder to ×5 of the sugar to the cocoa powder. I don't really know, but it tastes nice. It looks nice. So nextly, I'm just gonna use it in some cakes that I've already decorated, so you just see how it comes out. You get? So I think I'll see you when I get back. Peace.